Hello, Stat 252ers. This is Grady Camps coming back at you with another problem. This problem is from Chapter 11, number 40 to be exact. And in this problem, we're going to be looking at the simple sample mean. And this problem reads, it's about cell phone batteries. It reads, a company that produces cell phones claims its standard phone battery lasts longer on average than other batteries in the market. To support this claim, the company publishes an ad reporting the results of a recent experiment showing that under normal usage, their battery lasts at least 35 hours. To investigate this claim, a consumer advocacy group asked the company for the raw data. The company sends the group the following results. And these results I've plugged into our jump data table under cell phone battery time. And for this problem, we want to find a 95% confidence interval and state our conclusion. And we also want to explain how we dealt with our outliers. So, for this problem, we are first going to go to Analyze, Distribution, take our cell phone battery time and put it into our Y columns. Click OK. And with this data, we have this chart, but we want it to be easier to look at, so we'll go to our histogram options. First, uncheck vertical, makes it a lot easier to look at. Then we want to go back in, show our percents. Then we want to do one last thing is in our histogram options is our probability access. Okay, so now this is a lot easier to look at, and we go up here and we see that we have a very, very clear outlier in this problem, which is our 55-hour battery lifetime compared to the next smallest being a 35-hour. So we see our outlier, and from there, the problem asks us to construct a 95% confidence interval. So from here, we go back to our cell phone battery time hotspot, and we click on our confidence interval, and since it's 95%, we go there, and let me pull this up for you guys. So, our confidence interval, it looks like, for the mean is 30.6 to 38.9. And this confidence interval is skewed because the outlier points, the conditions for the inference are violated since the outlier is so big. So with this problem, we have to do it again, but we have to basically take out our outlier point to get a more accurate representation of the data. So we go back into our data and go to 10 and delete our 55. And basically, we'll go back and do the whole thing again. Delete that. So we're going to go back to Analyze, Distribution, Cell phone battery times. Okay. And now we can see that we don't have our outlier. And since we just want to look at the confidence interval again, we don't need to do any of the fixing of the graphs. But we'll go back to confidence interval and our 95%. Pull that up again. And we see that confidence intervals sorry about that. Okay, sorry. Our confidence intervals are up, and now our confidence interval is just from 32 to 33%. So once we remove our outliers, our confidence interval changes. So how we dealt with our outlier was basically just taking it out because the outlier point, since the outlier points, the conditions for the inference are violated, and since they are violated in the problem, we just have to take them out. And so that's our problem. Our new confidence interval goes from 32 to 33%, and that's what we ultimately wanted for this problem. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.